Hey guys, welcome to Spiritual Guidance. Kat here. I'm going to be doing your general love read for June 28th. If you're new here, welcome. If you're just stopping in to check out this channel, great. I've been doing tarot since 2019. I'm not new to the tarot world. Yada yada. I don't know why I feel like I need to say that. But anyway, we're going to get right into your read, and it is a general love reading. So if you came here for something else, I apologize. Of course, if I see career and money, I will always mention it, or anything else that comes in on the outside. So I hope you're all doing well. Let's just get started. Enough chit chat. All right. Holy Spirit, universe, spirit guides, ancestors, what is the strongest message I need to convey to my viewers? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? What is coming in? Just what is a good message to let them know that they've come here today, that they're thinking about? Please help me to convey that message to them, that it may resonate and help in their situation in some way. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna start with the tarot. There we go. Get the Three of Coins, King of Swords. All right, looks like somebody's got something to say. Could be dealing with an air sign. Ooh, Sun card, Leo. That looks very positive. Looks like somebody has something to say very positive. Seven of Cups, the Sun. Ooh, somebody afraid you got options. Queen of Wands and the Wheel. Okay, looks like somebody might be a little concerned that you're opening your life up to options. Two of Wands, Three of Swords. Or I'm sorry, Nine of Swords. Wow, why did I say Three of Swords? Nine of Swords, Ten of Coins. It could have been a Three of Swords moment that somebody's now in the Nine of Swords. Knight of Wands, the World. I'm gonna get one more and then we will feel this out. The Emperor. Now, you could be dealing with somebody somewhat controlling. You could be dealing with someone who's a little bit protective, a little bit controlling, doesn't like you flirting with other people, or they think when you talk to other people that you are flirting. So I don't know if you kind of have a flirty nature about yourself, but I am getting a little bit of a protective vibe from the person that you're dealing with, or this is how you are towards your person. And I feel like it causes you or them to stress when it's not necessary because you have the Ten of Coins here. So this tells me that this is a commitment of sorts. Or somebody wants a commitment to lock this down because they know that you are a catch, you get a lot of attention, you have a lot of options. But it's almost like, I'm almost getting to that you're like you're a person that gets a lot of attention, and this person is afraid of losing you, even though nothing here is indicating that they've lost you. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. Ace of Swords. Someone's coming in to speak their mind, I will tell you that. Yeah, Five of Cups. Now, this might cause some disappointment here. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, I feel like this is unnecessary conflict. All right, here we go. Oh, all right. Well, it looks like somebody is a little bit, I'm not going to lie, they are a little bit, I don't have the Devil here, so that's good. I feel like, so far, I feel like if this person is protective of you, I feel like some of you feel like you're on the defense a lot in this connection. Now, I do feel like this is a solid connection, but I feel like somebody has a little bit of a flirty nature, and it's harmless though. It's not like someone's out here, you know, doing things. But this person doesn't like that because you have a lot of attention, or this is something to do with your job where you are required to interact with a lot of people, and this person does not like that. So you might feel slightly smothered in this connection, I'm not gonna lie. or you were smothering someone. There's a lot of people in this read. You got the King of Swords, that's air. You got the Queen of Wands, fire. You've got the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Coins. But I don't get like third party, and I will tell you I'm not a third party reader. So if you come here and you're like, I'm a third party, because I don't feel those are right, and I feel like if you are attracting or you are still entertaining third parties, then you have a lot of healing to do. Not judging you, but I won't, like, I'll mention it, but I'm not going to dive into like, are they leaving their husband or leaving their wife or whatever. I'm not going to dive into that. And I don't see any of that here anyway, but I do see too many people. I get the energy that somebody gets a lot of attention and somebody doesn't like it. The other storyline I'm getting is that there was a recent argument and somebody's words were very cutting, but the two of you match energy. And this is not in a good way. It's kind of like that saying where, you ever heard people say, I match energy, you come at me, I come at you. I like the saying where it says, I maintain my energy despite what your energy is. So like if you're at a high vibration, no matter what comes at you, you're just going to keep constant and maintaining it. Now, I'm not saying we don't all get caught up in arguments and whatnot, but so I feel like somebody's words were very cutting. Or this is a stalemate and you two aren't talking at all right now. But at one point, this was a very loving and happy connection. I can tell you that. You got the Sun card here. You could be dealing with the Leo. I have strong arcana here. I have Aries, Leo, Sag. I have Aries again. I have air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Libra. King of Pentacles is my, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But you got air. You got a lot of air. There's a lot of words being exchanged here. And they're not great words. I'm not going to lie. They're not great words because Nine of Swords is here, which indicates that there were some sharp words communicated. And it caused the Five of Cups, which is sadness, disappointment. The communication between the two of you it gets a little heated. So I will say somebody here is overprotective, or they create scenarios that aren't actually there. Or they create, if this isn't about jealousy, this is just somebody who creates, like they thrive on chaos almost. And one of you does not like drama at all. One of you wants serenity, zen, and peace, and the other person's always creating some kind of chaos and conflict, and it leaves the connection a little bit volatile, I'm not going to lie. So if you are dealing with this person and you guys have a label and all that stuff, I do feel this is a little bit on shaky ground. Because I feel like there's this energy of always wanting to one-up the other person. Where do I begin? Tell me about the Nine of Swords. Ace of Cups. Yeah, see, I feel like somebody thinks you're entertaining someone else, and I don't believe you are. Or you give too much attention to your job, or they think you give too much attention to your job, or they think that your interaction with people at your job is not appropriate or shouldn't be the case. High Priestess. It's almost like somebody here thinks that they don't know what you do in your private life. Like, not in your private life, but like what you do, like when you go out with friends, when you go out with family. Like, I feel like there's like an accusatory tone here that they're like, what are you up to? What are you doing? I know you're doing something you shouldn't be. And I don't get like this person is malicious, but it's like they constantly are like needing reassured. Like, oh, I love you, we're cool, we're good, everything's great, I miss you. Like, they constantly need some kind of words of affirmation, like nonstop. Tell me about this Knight of Wands. Eight of Swords. Yeah, see, this, yeah. See, the energy, Knight of Wands, to me is a little bit of a flirty person. Like, your person, you could be a Libra, but you have a tendency, maybe a Leo, where it's just your personality, and I really don't think you mean any harm by it, but that causes this person to get up in their head all the time. Or this person is a little bit on the needy side, where they constantly have to know what you're doing, who you're with, like, when are we hanging out again? Something like that. Tell me about the Emperor. Eight of Wands. Well, this person is not afraid to speak their mind, I can tell you that. But I do get a little bit like you're frustrated. I wouldn't say drained, but I think someone here is getting frustrated with this connection. And it leaves them in a kind of a state of uncertainty, but I don't think it's any doing of the one person. I just think this person has a tendency to overthink literally everything. And the Emperor is not somebody who typically overthinks. They strategize. They're strategic because they will have a solution. They want to offer a solution. They are trying to find a way to do certain things, but it's not from overthinking. They aren't like up in their head freaking out. The Emperor is cool, calm, and collected. He knows how to get the job done. So, oh, I'm sorry, I'm saying Eight of Swords, and that's Eight of Wands. Wait a minute. That's wild. Somebody here is up in their head. Okay, the Eight of Wands is this Emperor is very direct. That's what I was going to say. That doesn't make any sense to me. If the Eight of Swords, the Emperor doesn't overthink. Well, if this hasn't happened yet, expect a message, because the Emperor is going to deliver a message of sorts. All right, what is the Emperor going to say? See, that's what's weird. Twice now I've thought I've seen cards that I haven't seen. So that tells me that someone here creates kind of a fake narrative that isn't actually happening. This is what they're seeing. Eight of Swords is here, by the way. No, Nine of Swords. See what I mean? Oh my gosh. It's like they're creating a fake scenario of thinking they see certain things and they don't. What does the Emperor want to say? Oh, God, the Tower. Oh, good luck. This is going to cause probably an argument. Well, before I jump to conclusions, what is the Tower? Okay. Might not be so bad. All right, you got the Temperance. Okay, good. What is this Tower? What is this Tower? Okay, so I don't think the Tower is as bad as it felt. You're dealing with someone who's very straightforward, confident, and speaks their mind. And I feel like the other person has got a very chill personality about them, like nothing rattles them type of thing. But you got somebody coming at you who's got a lot to say. Could be Sagittarius, could be an Aquarius. But they probably are going to say to you that there's something going on they don't like here. Or you're the Emperor and someone's got a lot to say to you. But I am getting like a message that you might already know that this person is kind of operates like this, and you are willing to, not in a codependent way, but you kind of are willing to reassure this person because they kind of need this. I don't know what happened to them, but they constantly kind of need reassurance. But I do feel like there's going to come a point where you're like, I can't continue down this path if you're going to constantly question what I'm doing. But I do feel like a conversation's going to be had. Tell me about this Knave of Swords and Queen of Swords. Oh. Eight of Cups. You might have already broken up with this person once because of something similar to this, always getting accused of doing certain things. This could possibly be something that has already happened, or you are already in a disconnect and this has happened. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. Because somebody left this connection, or someone is going to leave this connection. See, you walked Hierophant, Taurus energy. Either this is coming in and this is going to lead to a breakup, and I'm sorry, this might not be what you want to hear, or you're currently broken up for this person because of this type of behavior. And this person wants to come back in and talk to you about it. Because you do have the Ace of Swords, which tells me there's newness coming in, a new conversation. Tell me more. King of Wands. Someone is ready to take action, but I feel fuzzy on whether or not this has already happened. And here's the Devil. Say this is toxic behavior. I'm not pulling him out because he didn't jump out, but that's Capricorn energy. You got Aries, Leo, Sag. Four of Cups. Are these two in communication, Spirit? Are these two in communication right now? Are these two in communication? For some of you, you're not in communication with this person right now, and this is kind of what led to the breakdown. Some of you could be, and I hate to say it, but there's going to be some kind of argument. And it's something to do with someone causing conflict, chaos, drama, where it isn't there. But I do have the Justice and the Four of Wands, and you could be dealing with the Libra. Tell me about the Justice and the Four of Wands. I feel like someone is going to get what they want, and I was going to say, and there's the Two of Cups. I do feel like someone's going to get what they want, because I feel like it's going to balance out. It's going to be okay. But there is something about fake scenarios here or something. I don't know. It's strange. The Fool. The Lovers. So if you aren't talking to this person, it looks like this person is coming back in. And it's like they want a do-over after what happened, whatever this conflict was. I mean, you got the Two of Cups and the Lovers. It's a pretty strong connection here. So don't tell me that you're not interested. If you're watching this and you're like, I'm not interested, you are. Or it's not your story. Or the other thing is somebody has been wanting a higher commitment and they haven't been receiving it, and it's finally here. This person wants to talk to you about, I'm ready to do this type of thing. But there's some cutting words here. Like I can't help but keep seeing that. You know, this Fool guy almost seems like he's irritated. It's almost like he's irritated. Like, why do I have to keep telling you that I am in love with you? I feel like somebody here has to keep repeating themselves. And I feel like he's like, you know what? F it. You need me to prove it. I love you. I'm interested in you. It's not, if you're not the love yet, this person's like, I'll show you that I'm interested in you. I'll show you. I'm not interested in anyone else. Yes, I work with these people. Yes, these are family members. These are friends. I'm not interested in these people on the outside. There's no Three of Swords here. There's no Seven of Swords here. This person only wants you. But somebody is constantly, almost like, or you're a person that has tested them. But this person, I'll tell you right now, if you're a person that tests somebody, this person is like acing every time you throw something out there. It's almost like you were expecting, oh, they're going to fail this one. Watch this. And you're not doing it to be malicious. And I don't even know if you know you're doing it. Could even be your subconscious taking over. But every time this person, I don't know what kind of relationship you had before, but it's like every time this person is like, let's talk about it. Okay, these are your fears. Let's talk about them. And you are like a person who is like, oh, you want to talk about it? I'm used to having to yell and scream and create chaos, and this dude's like, no, I don't operate like that. Male or female, remember, no gender. It's like, I feel like I'm doing a read for no reason because it looks amazing. But yet somebody creates, a situation that isn't here. But this person's really patient, whoever you're dealing with. I'm telling you right now. Tell me more. Let's get some of these cards. The Golden Mirror. Narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, and one-sided. See, for some of you, I feel like you dealt with a narcissist. And you're in a healthy connection. And maybe you haven't healed totally from the narcissist, or there's triggers, or you're creating triggers, or whatever. But this person's like, I'm not who you dealt with. I don't operate like a narcissist because I'm not a narcissist. So my advice in this connection, because I see someone very patient here, willing to deal with this, no offense. If you aren't talking, this person wants to talk to you because they aren't a person that sweeps things under the rug. They're not a person that runs. I think if they are not talking to you, it's because you kicked them out the door. And it wasn't by their doing. And I think they are getting a little bit frustrated, but not... Wedding rings. Union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love and devotion. I think I was going to say I think this person's frustrated, but I think they are so invested in you that they aren't really interested in dating anyone else. So I feel like in some ways they're just like, I'll just let them have their moment. And I know this is going to come back together. But, you know, I feel like this is a good person you got here. I really do. The Dragonfly, lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light and heal. So see, for some of you, you do need to heal from the narcissist, okay? Or there's triggers that are still triggering you, whether you realize it or not. This person has passed all of your tests. Tests, quote. Because like I said, I don't think you're doing it on purpose. I just think you're kind of freaking out that something can be this good. And creating a false narrative, honestly. Tell me more. Separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. So I feel like I said, for some of you, that you possibly aren't talking to one another right now, but I don't think it was because of them. And let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So some of you may need to actually reach out for some outward support. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. You know, if you do recognize this as you read and you do feel like you get unnecessarily triggered, I would encourage you to reach out to a mentor, a counselor, pastor, whoever you trust, a good friend, someone that you know is not going to be judgmental but will just listen to you, because you'll be surprised what other people will actually tell you when you have that level of trust about certain things, and they can be full of good advice. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So see, it's like something from the past is shortchanging you from this moment now. You know, you're shortchanging yourself because you're living in a time frame where you dealt with a narcissist. And I know it's scary to think that, like, what if I don't recognize a narcissist? What if the red flags are there and I'm missing them? But, you know, it's like, what did I start out the reading with? You know, and I started another read. And so I'm not sure if that was the other one. But you can remain balanced even if you're thrown off a little bit. You know, I was watching a movie last night. And the guru in the movie was like, the metaphor was kind of like, you know, trees sway during a storm, but they don't break. They go this way and they go that way, but then they come back to center. And it's like, it's okay to have things kind of go off and things aren't going to be perfect every day, but then you're grounded and you're centered, you know, within yourself. Because if you're always looking to sabotage the current moment, you're sabotaging yourself from experiencing the true joy of that moment. And then you got playfulness. To recapture moments, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And I feel like that's saying, you know, like how children are very trusting. children aren't worried about the things around them. They just kind of live in the present moment. Do you ever watch a kid play with a toy, or go down the slide at the park or whatever? I have 3 children. They fully live in that moment. And I feel like somebody here is sabotaging their own happiness in the present moment. And I apologize, but that kind of got me a little emotional here over this. I do feel, it says it is safe for you to love. So being fully present in this connection is what you need to do. Sorry, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Yes, because you may have dated a bunch of frogs in your life. This person is not a frog. You got yourself a good person. So I don't know who this read is for, but it's time to let that guard down and do this little bit of healing that you have left, so that you can thoroughly enjoy this person. This person wants to talk to you and work this out. So I don't want to really end there, but I do feel like I need oracle cards. Well, they're not over here. They're not over here. So you know what? I don't know where they are. We'll do Kipper. Poverty. I feel like you're creating your own poverty. And I don't mean in the sense of money. I mean in the sense of this connection. Message. There's a message coming in. Great fortune. You have great fortune here and are perceiving it as poverty. No, that's got to end. That lack mindset has got to go. Official person. You got your person here. If you wished for this person, you got it. So my advice, Spirit's advice, is to really find out how you can stop overthinking when something great comes to you, because this is a very good connection. I don't know if this is you, if this is the person you're dating. And I do feel, real quick. What's the outcome? No, we're going to get a different deck. This is a long read, but I don't feel like I'm completely finished. It's going to be a half hour. What is the outcome with these two? What is the outcome, Spirit? I got to know. Oh, look at this little card. That wasn't supposed to be in there. What were they? Let me see. Family room and expectation. All right, what's the outcome for these two? I don't know how people do short little reads. I really don't. Queen of Wands. Yeah, see? Happiness. Enjoying each other. And the wheel. The wheel. That's good things happening to you. Positive energy, happiness, enjoyment, living in the moment, feeling free. See this chick? She got her hands open on a wheel. And she's like, this is amazing. So this is a very positive outlook for someone, whoever this resonates with. And I can't talk. Mercury retrograde is on its way. But anyway, thank you for taking the time to stop. And I will see you in the next read. I hope this helps.